All right, we're back with the latest episode of the Dead and Buried podcast. Just want to remind you before we get started to please support us on Patreon and Anchor. As you may know, if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, I lost my job recently, and this is the only thing I have left in my life. Without some contributions, I won't even have this. And my fake friendship with Pete.
Yeah, it's over.
So check us out and subscribe on Patreon and Anchor for that. You can listen to us on iTunes and Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. And go to YouTube if you want to see what we look like. And I gesticulate a lot. I'm half Italian. What are you going to do, right? But you can comment on individual episodes. I don't want to denigrate.
Yeah, okay.
You can comment on individual episodes on YouTube. So you can say some shit and we'll call you out and talk back and respond and mention it on here. Definitely read some of them out. And today, we're going to be talking about the bad habits that your kids pick up from you, in particular swearing, which I think most of us fucking enjoy. If you've listened to this before, you know I do.
Go brush your fucking teeth.
Exactly. So we'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the bad habits that you give your kids because you are now their primary role model in life. You are my kid's primary role model in life is what I'm saying. So.
I don't give my kids any bad habits at all. It's just pure gold.
We'll get into that. Yeah. I already know some of them. But before we I want to talk about a couple of things happening in the news. One of which I think affects all of us, except maybe if you live in Arizona. Is that the state? Talking about daylight saving time, and I want to stress to everybody out there that it's daylight saving.
Pretty sure you're missing the S.
I already said it. It's at the beginning. Saving, yeah. No S on that mofo. But it's the one. This was spring ahead, which
I don't know if you know this, but Benjamin Franklin, who actually invented daylight savings, did it specifically to fuck with parents.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure that's a true fact.
I was gonna say you're disparaging Benny Franks. You don't do that here.
No one's ever called him that, ever.
I was at the movies. I saw Captain Marvel with Detective Munch. In the beginning, there's a preview for the new Aretha Franklin documentary that's coming out called Amazing Grace. And literally, just the 2 minutes where they give you a little taste of the recordings, of the recording of a famous album, it says you will get the chills, and you literally do get the chills. Her voice is fucking insane. I can't wait to watch the documentary. So I showed it. My son saw that, and at the end, he goes, I go, pretty amazing voice, huh? He goes, yeah. Was she married to Ben Franklin? No, she was not. And I haven't gotten into history much yet. I
don't know much about history, but I'm pretty sure that was the case.
Well, you know what? And then you don't know that I've coined Benny Franks.
Yeah.
Which we're going to keep that going for a while. Anyway, daylight saving. Spring forward is the bane of every parent's existence because you lose an hour of sleep and your kids' tiny brains don't understand what's happening. If you haven't changed the clocks, even if you have, they're up at like 4 that day. Like,
no, opposite. Everyone's
they don't
asleep.
sleep in. No, not my kids.
The parents are
get
asleep. Are we supposed to be
obviously.
going to school today? Well, no. Oh,
it's
shit.
Sunday, first of all.
I know, but I'm talking about the Monday after where you're just...
Okay, well, let's
Monday
calm down.
was
Why don't we take this chronologically
disaster.
since we're talking about
Because I'm
time.
worked up about it.
Yeah, I can tell.
I hate it
all right,
so much.
Look, so I don't even... I'm going to confuse myself here, but it's spring forward, fall back, and they moved the times. It used to be November and February. They changed the months.
You've really done the research. I didn't even
know.
Doing
it. They did it. A couple of years ago. They changed it from November to October.
This is kind of hard-hitting journalism.
And pushed it from February to March. So I guess they made it longer. I don't know. They fucking moved it.
Who makes that call? Is that like a law?
You know what? Benny Franks.
Benny Franks.
Right? The Benny Franks Institute. Anyway, so yeah, what happens is the kids get up at the normal time, even though they don't realize that they're gonna be up an extra hour because of that. Is that right?
The normal time that they get up is an hour later than they should be getting up.
No, but it's not. So like it's supposed to be 6. It says 6 on the clock, but it's really 5. Right?
No,
Am I reversing
that's
it?
fallback. You're falling back.
Let's just edit all this out.
No.
We'll fix it in post. Make me correct.
I don't there's not enough
it doesn't
editing
matter. It doesn't matter. All that matters is it's fucking annoying.
No, here's what happens.
The kids are really tired.
What once was 7 is now 6. So what your kids were used to sleeping in till 6 is now 5. You go back.
Sure, but that's what I was saying. I thought. Nate?
Oh no, maybe it's the other way.
Right. It doesn't. Jesus Christ! This is where you come for your news. This is a fucking garbage fire right here. How are we even talking? Neither of us knows what it is. We just know it's annoying. We do hate it.
I hate it so much.
It's so dumb. It is so dumb.
Do you know how much yelling happened on Monday?
Not as much as happens in my house on a normal day.
Oh, please.
I guarantee you I yell more.
Our neighbors knocked on our door and gave us a trophy and said, congratulations.
They must have come over to my house and stolen it from me because they gave it to me.
Anyone's ever done in the morning
their children
for trying to get out the door. What do you mean?
So you're talking Monday morning now.
Monday morning sandwich. Where's my sandwich? I make my kids sandwiches
in the morning.
I make
all. What kind?
Well, who? So I make.
Holy shit!
Yeah, well, come on. I'm like a shorter cook over here.
Yeah.
What do you want today?
No.
Oh,
is it really that different? It's not like
no, I do.
It's not like the youngest gets the same one every day.
Yeah, they do cream cheese sandwiches on bread. Yeah, well, whatever. I don't know. Oh, trust me, I've tried everything. Peanut butter and jelly that went for about. I
gave my toddler a waffle for dinner last night.
There you go. Anyway, let's suffice it to say that daylight savings time, the whole concept
is bullshit.
Is a big time bullshit.
It's a fraud.
Con artist by Big Daylight.
Farms? Big Daylight, the big sun.
The Big Daylight, the industry.
But it is nice when at the end of the day, suddenly there's a little bit more sunshine out longer. The days last longer.
I'm gonna grudgingly. I'm gonna barely give that a nod, but whatever. It's what
it results in. I shared a couple of memes.
Keep it the same.
It's annoying because the kids can't adjust. They don't understand, and then they're super fucking tired.
And the parents are. I'm tired.
Just so angry all the time.
Just it's more. It's more angry. Like it's like how much angrier can the Hulk be? To what is that really the angriest the Hulk can be?
You thought you were like, nope.
Is there another color?
Imagine the Hulk experiencing daylight saving time. Would be fucking nuts.
Is there another color that you can turn from green? Like it's like green's pretty angry.
It's a purple vein. The unbelievably incredible.
Well,
Hulk.
So from daylight savings comes swearing, which happens.
That was a horrible segue, my friend.
It wasn't.
What we're talking about here is bad habits you teach your kids, such as, fucking cream cheese sandwiches and vomit
waking
bowls.
up and going, fucking goddamn,
There's no chance you wake up and you're swearing up a storm.
I don't swear up a storm, but there's a lot
you're
of
a very proper gentleman.
No, not
you
in
were
the
raised in England.
No, there's a lot of under the breath.
You say bloody a lot. I've never heard you say bloody once. Let's hit it.
I bloody love it.
You have to put on an accent.
Sorry, mate. This is
all right.
how I speak.
You guys can rate his accent and how much it turns you on in the comments on the specific video for this episode on YouTube. Okay, just fucking
talking to you.
Help us,
David
Duddy.
David
Is that it?
Yeah, that's who I want.
We remember our friends Phil Mansfield.
Yeah,
might have been
Phil.
Pete. I think it was Phil.
That's who I want to do it for. But let's talk because swearing to me is
sacred.
It's the parenting frontier. It is the front line of,
wow.
when you want to fucking swear and you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? And
okay,
instead it has to come out, what the fuck are you doing?
But
it's painful.
But that's
inside.
not quite what we're talking about. What we're talking about is whether you swear regularly enough and casually enough that your kids have picked up on it and have started repeating it. We're not talking about swearing at your kids. Everyone does that. We all enjoy it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you're walking around the house and you're just like, oh, what the fuck? And oh, look at this piece of shit. And then suddenly your kids are saying it.
Right.
Does that happen?
We try not to swear. I'm probably more of a swearer.
Did you grow up in a sweary household?
No, I didn't.
My parents, I swear to God, I was like 30 before I heard my mom say a swear.
And
I was still mortified to say one in front of her.
I hated it so much because when my mom
made you cry.
No, instead of saying "God damn it," she'd say "God." It would be 15
herself?
minutes of just.
Oh, well, that's just rage.
Yeah, it was just just trying to say another word that was as satisfying as "God damn it."
I will admit,
like, just say "fucking damn it." And so now, I don't know. I feel like
I have trained myself to say fudge a lot, but it's not really in lieu of fuck.
What about
it
mother
is in
fudger?
addition to. No, I've never
what about
said
you,
that.
Stupid mother fudger?
I will never mother fudger. I've never said that. But no, my parents didn't swear ever. My wife's parents swear constantly, nonstop, in front of everyone's children. It doesn't matter who's. They see strangers' children, they just start bombing it out. And my wife, we have a lot of conversations. We both swear a lot. You've heard this podcast. I write I include a lot of swear words in my writing. It's fun. It's cathartic. I do not think it makes you a bad person in the slightest. I don't think it makes our kids bad people. But it's just shitty if you have the kid who is dropping F-bombs and like saying shit.
It's not good. I mean, the first time the kid says it, you hear it back, and you're like, no.
Yeah. You're bringing shame to our family.
Yeah, you bring shame to your family. And the other thing is, it's like a time bomb. You got to be really careful with how you handle it. You can't come down on them because then they know, wait,
I've caught a reaction. Forbidden fruit.
You're sort of, hey, you know what? Let's not use that word anymore.
But so the first thing my 2-year-old said, he said at 2, he said damn, which was funny because who cares? And he was 2, right? He could have said, the C word, and it probably would have been funny. Not that I condone that kind of thing. I'm just saying.
It's dropped a lot.
He listens to a lot of Howard Stern. At your house. But he's graduated. He says he'll say shit sometimes, and he'll say the F word.
Your 2-year-old?
No. Well, he's not 2 anymore. I'm saying the first one he said, right? And now, but he knows we don't want him to say those. Right. And we'll tell him like those are adult words. Yeah. We are frankly more concerned with him like playing video games, and then talking about like killing and dying and that kind of shit. Yeah. And that stuff is a lot more disturbing. It's just like impolite and like a little uncouth, as my father would say, to be dropping swears all over the place. That said, I swear constantly nonstop. And what you got to teach the kid is there's a filter. Like we know, like I'm at work and intuitively I understand not to be dropping swears in front of my boss. Because
you're saying things like, "Hey, listen, boss."
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying, like they should be familiar with them and understand. They're going to start using them anyway. By junior high, kids are going to be fucking dropping F-bombs left and right?
Well,
Nate, you're in junior high. How often do you swear?
Well, if they're your kids, they're going to be like, shut the fudge up, mother fudger.
I got detention last week.
I've never for saying mother fudger. We know what you meant. My son says freaking because my wife told him to stop. Freaking is worse. There's something really irritating about freaking. I used to say freaking a lot. I couldn't stop. It was like a tick, like saying like when you're like in 8th grade. I couldn't stop saying freaking. How annoying is that?
Yeah, unbelievably. Almost as annoying as how you currently are. So, but I think that, just in general, picking up swearing, teaching your kids whether it's like
when
walking
it's appropriate.
them, exactly, walking them through when it's appropriate.
Teaching them how to use it correctly. Like if they say it right, it's kind of cool, right? Like, oh, what the fuck? Or if a kid says it right.
My kids are.
You shitting me? That kind of stuff. I appreciate it. I appreciate a good swear, and you could drop a nice little swear. It really spices things up. You want to use it too much?
No, I don't. Yeah, you got to be really careful.
I see you judging me over there.
No, you know what it is? It's for me. It's stubbing toes. It's like the.
When's the last time you stubbed your toe? I know what you're saying.
I don't know, like last week.
Really?
And I was like,
I haven't stubbed my toe in a really long time, and I'm like, I don't remember what it's like.
Yeah, I want to go to town.
God, no, I do pretty good at stopping myself when I hurt myself.
But I don't. I try not to do it in front of my kids. Okay, here's when
except
I do.
for my wife. Mom and buried doesn't fucking.
No, doesn't
and then if I come down on her for it, she gets defensive. It's like, who gives a shit?
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Where all bets are off.
Love you, honey.
Where all bets are off. The second that car door closes. Clunk. All of a sudden, it's listen up, motherfuckers.
It doesn't matter if you're alone.
What the fuck is that? Who the fuck is this? Why is that guy fucking doing this motherfucking thing?
You get so firmly into driving mode that it doesn't. None of the other circumstances. My parents could be in the car
screaming at me. What? Stop saying that! I'm like, shut up! This motherfucker just coming over here. I'm about to fucking kill everybody.
My priest could be in the car, and it wouldn't change how I act when I'm driving. Right? If somebody cuts you off, it is just instinct.
And then once we're like in a more sort of stable, then it's like 45 minutes of me saying, "Now, kids, you shouldn't ever say those words."
Yeah, and then immediately breaking that up by swearing again.
I'm extremely sorry. I shouldn't do that. How much longer? I said, how much fucking longer do we have to take to go to this goddamn place?
But you just get angry. You just get angry at how long it takes.
I just in the car.
It's a special road rage. Everybody has a little bit of driving rage.
I don't know what it is. It's less road rage. It's more. It's more. I don't actually get
frustration.
Angry. I don't actually get angry. It's a way to express like, oh shit. Like,
but I bet it's where happening. I think you're right though. I think it's where most of our kids probably pick up most of their swears, right? And you'll hear their kids start get in the fucking left lane, bitch. You start to hear them say the catchphrases you say. I say that all the time. Get in the fucking left lane, bitch.
Or
that's one of my big car driving.
My 4-year-old will say, "Ooh, you just said the S word.
Oh, he calls
and
you
I'm
out.
like, ooh.
Oh no.
I'm like, what S word? Stupid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And I'm
that
like,
was
you know
bad,
what?
too.
I'm like, that's good.
So the oil bill check. One of our listeners or one of my fans on my fans. I fucking hate that. Don't let me say that. One of the people who follows me on Instagram called it road rage, which someday I'm not gonna look. Nobody's pulling out a gun or anything.
It's not. I want
It's
to make
just
a
a
difference. It's not
frustration.
really road rage. It's more reactionary.
You always make
It's
sure
like
the windows
that-
close. You don't want anybody getting the wrong idea.
Yeah, I don't actually think I'm. Well, I am a rage monster when it comes to directions and time.
Like giving them to people. God damn
No.
it! You fucking take a left.
No, but when it's traffic, I want to know how long we're going to be in traffic. I need to know if there's alternate routes. I need to know it, and I don't care Waze or Google Maps.
Well,
I need
how does swearing help you know that?
because it helps my co-pilot or my wife.
Yeah.
Who
My wife naps
absolutely
90% of the time we
hates
drive anywhere.
Driving. Next
I
to
love
me.
driving.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't mind driving. I get really I know it's hard to believe, but I get really irritating.
Yeah,
the car.
it's a fucking real stretch.
Yeah.
But it's not just the car, right? So I've caught my 8-year-old swearing a bunch of times. He already knows it's kind of cool, probably because I sound so fucking cool when I swear. My parents get angry. My dad, like, if they'll see us swear in a blog post, my dad will be like, Michael, do you really need that? You know, it's a crutch, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
What's your favorite swear word? I wanted to ask you this earlier.
Mine?
Yeah, have you ever seen
Yeah.
the Inside the Actor Studio, the famous questionnaire from Bernard Pivot?
Yeah.
What's your favorite swear word?
Motherfucker.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
not motherfudger.
Shut the fudge up, motherfudger.
Fudge up.
Yeah.
Nate, what's your favorite swear word?
Okay, it took too
Don't
long.
make it weird.
Yeah, no.
No, there's
Mine's
nothing like a good fuck.
there you go.
Yeah,
Mine's
yeah.
fuckface.
Fuckface.
I think fuckface is underrated and underutilized.
Okay.
Fuckface, it's
You
funny.
know what?
And it can be quite angry.
But also,
But
it
it's
really,
always
really
funny.
places you in Connecticut.
Oh please.
Yes.
You know what?
Yeah, you could. It's just.
I've lived more of my
fuckface
life
is like
outside
a
of Connecticut than I
is a
did in it.
Connecticut
Okay,
into
my man.
Boston thing.
More
Okay,
than
Fenway.
more than 100% more.
Hey, fuckface.
I'm not going to sit here and
Lansdowne?
let Connecticut get disparaged. Most of Connecticut is garbage, but there are some nice pockets, and they have the best pizza going.
All right.
All right?
All right.
Connecticut, New Haven, and Brooklyn, 2 best pizza cities in the country. Bring it. Come at me.
No one wants to. No one's
Damn
listening.
right.
they turn,
Nobody's
they turn
listening.
this off a long
So
time
look,
ago.
swearing isn't the only shitty habit that your kids pick up from you.
Okay.
And I asked some of the people on Instagram to tell me what some of theirs were that like they do, and a couple of these really resonate with me. So one, Super Teresa in Latin 75 said sarcasm, which, like, I like the fact that my kid gets sarcasm
Right.
and is sarcastic, but it sucks when he's doing it when your kids are doing it to you.
Right.
Like if you're not in the right mood for it or whatever, and your kid does it, it makes me fucking snap.
Yeah, you wrong time.
Yeah.
Wrong time.
You know, you fucking talk. You don't talk to me like that.
Yeah.
Would you say that to your
brush
teachers?
your
It's like,
teeth.
"Oh, you're at school."
Yeah.
I get pretty angry.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly.
I already know where you are in that. Just by doing that,
Yeah.
I know exactly where you are. It's something to do around bedtime, and it's just,
Oh
just
my
shut
God.
the fuck up and go to bed.
Do you use sarcasm at home? You have a
What do you
real
think?
dry wit to you. Okay.
No, I definitely don't.
How about talking to your kids? Talk back. Because I'll talk back.
Is there
like,
sorry? Is there another way for them
for
to
kids
talk?
to speak?
Yeah.
But like I'm constantly like giving my wife like, you know, playful shit. Right? She'll say something and I'll say something shitty back. I'll dodge the question or just say something nonsense.
Yep.
And when my kid does that to me, again, it's like,
Right.
like you know, you do as I say, not as I do.
I know.
Right?
Yeah.
That's the key to parenting, and it's the key to hypocrisy. Right? I nailed both of those at once.
It's a key to the kingdom.
So yelling, our Carota says that he yells, and this is one of my wife's biggest pet peeves. I'm a yeller. I rely on it too much. And our house is often a den of yelling because my kids will yell. Detective Munch sees me doing it, so that's how he treats his little brother sometimes. He picks up a lot of he tries to parent his little brother based on the way that we parent him, and it makes you realize, wow, I'm a piece
The
of
phrase,
shit and a terrible
"Don't parent,"
Yeah, all the
happens
time. Yeah, we
a
say
lot.
that too. Me too.
I'm like, don't parent. Like,
You're
I'm
not
the
his
parent.
dad. You're not
I'm
his
the
real
parent.
dad.
Yeah. We're still trying to find him.
Yeah.
We don't know where he is.
Neither of us is qualified
I
for
need
this
to
job, but
find
least
this
of all
guy.
you.
God, my wife won't tell
He
me
stepped
where
out
he
for
is.
cigarettes. It's me.
But okay, God. Well, you know
Oh,
what? I
some
need help.
breaking news.
I need help
You know,
on
yeah. Now
Mondays
you have some
and
backup. God
Tuesdays
damn it.
for pickup and drop off. You're on the hook, motherfucker.
Mother fudger.
Sorry, motherfudger.
Thank you. But yeah, so there's a lot of yelling in our house, and my wife, it really brings her down. Because she'll, she doesn't want that for her kids to grow up in like a war zone. Even if it's just raising of the voice, not necessarily being angry all the time.
Your wife
Yelling. She doesn't
grew
like
up
that.
in
She thinks that.
I don't like it.
It just gives you PTSD. Yeah,
adverse.
it's a
My
little
parents
much.
weren't really yellers, but I get really noise adverse. Like, I just loud sounds kind of irritate me.
How about
and so
like
having
yelling
kids
to
was a
your
really
wife,
bad
like,
idea.
or yelling for your kids to do something? Do you do that, like from the couch? Hey, get me a beer or whatever.
You know what? I do not.
You don't.
Do you know who does?
Your wife.
All
The
four
kids?
other people
Well,
that
but
live
that's
in
what
my
I'm saying.
house.
They learn
So
that by watching you and your
No,
wife.
It's,
Well, this is the
it's my
topic
wife.
of the episode.
My wife is in the
She's a
kitchen,
yelling, yeah.
and she's yelling at me. I'm like, I'm in the bathroom.
You're in the
I'm
bathroom, like,
"Well,
you're
what,
like-
what do I have to do with any of this?
So
Just-
here are my two big problems.
what?
There's the yelling because you aren't involved and can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
Which is what you're talking about. And then there's my wife will be like, I'll be like at the kitchen sink doing dishes, and she'll be like downstairs 5 rooms away around corners,
Right.
and there'll be yelling kids in between, and she'll think I heard her
Right.
asking for
and then
something.
come
I'll be
up
like,
and be-
what the fuck? Do
and
you
then-
understand how acoustics work?
Okay.
How sound travels? Chuck
Because here,
Yeager does.
I've just pulled up this drawing of exactly how acoustics
Yeah.
work. So let's sit down
Let's
and
sit down and go
through
through my
Yeah.
my PowerPoint deck.
it. Yeah. First off, calm down.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm talking to my. That's how I talk to my wife.
That's how you talk to your wife.
Well, I did it
This
one
is gonna
time,
go over well with
and then I
everybody.
died.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you
forever.
mansplained
Yeah.
acoustics, and then
Yeah.
you got your ass
You
beat.
pull it down. I'm doing this action,
This
like
action?
pulling down like some
Pulling
kind
down
of
the blinds.
well, some kind of like.
You don't
chart
want people to
that
see you
explains.
mansplaining to your wife, so you pull down the blinds.
Too
Good-
late.
Good instincts.
Too late. They already have. They have me putting my hands together. They have me pointing. Yeah.
So here's another lifestyle thing where ahoj_3 says his kids like chips and unhealthy food because he eats them a lot. And the same thing today, I took my kid, picked him up from the bus, and I had to get Mama buried a Diet Coke, and he always wants some kind of bag of snacks. And every once in a while, I'll get him one, and he'll just sit there and he's like torn between fucking potato chips and cheese puffs, and like none of these things are good for him. But I love me some chips. Tyrell's.
Okay.
Your wife knows all about
Yeah,
Tyrell's. Those are the
she
best.
imported 'em.
And my son likes the hot and spicy ones.
Mm-hmm.
And these just aren't good things to have around the house for me
Okay.
or for the kids. Oh, are they?
I don't know. I being,
No, a little bit.
being
Depends
too
on how
hard.
much they
Yeah,
eat.
Being too hard on yourself.
Well, no, actually, it was ahoj_3
Yeah,
who was
ahoj
being too hard on
_3
herself.
Or
Whereas the
himself.
person who should be hard on himself is Ed Winter Aziz,
Yeah.
whose kids have started scratching their balls because he
Yeah.
often is. What are you, first base coach? Right?
I don't
Enrico
know.
Palazzo? He was the umpire. I'm not going to ask if you know
I
who
get
that
it.
is.
I get it. Naked Gun.
I hope I'm not going to make that joke because it would have been inappropriate. Moving on. We were talking about sandals earlier. Shamarette says her kids hate socks and wear sandals
is a
because
weird
she
one.
loves that. I
This is a
love
weird
wearing
one.
sandals.
I'm not sure I understand if this is like a bad.
I don't know that well, I think it's a good habit because it's my favorite.
I mean,
Wearing sandals all around the house,
Oh,
even when it's cold.
wearing sandals in the city is, I would say, probably the grossest thing you can do
No,
as a human
have you ever
being.
been in New York? There's
Uh,
a lot grosser things you can do than wear sandals in the city.
Yeah,
let me tell
because
you.
all of that is going from that gross thing that
I'm
you've
still
seen
ticking.
onto your feet.
I'm still alive.
Are you?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
not inside.
No.
So let's see. My kids. Oh, this was actually from me. I commented on my own thing to respond to my own question. We said that about parenting his little brother. Sometimes my son wifes me, right? Instead of like parenting his little brother, he'll hear the way my wife talks to me and then use that on me or give me shit for not doing what my wife said, asked me to do or some shit. That is infuriating.
That's a level 10.
You know what? We don't have
Out
this
of 5.
commitment, my man. Like, we're not married. God forbid we were married. Not in this state, anyhow. Right? Maybe Tennessee.
anytime
No
soon.
offense. Just guessing. Arkansas, probably. No offense.
I don't think they're that progressive.
You don't know the bylaws of
I
the
don't
different
know.
progressive
States.
Wow.
I don't know who's progressive.
Anyway, I
anymore.
really hate that. And so that's on my
That
wife.
is-
You know,
that is-
stop giving me a honey-do list, and then my son won't.
Won't give you a honey-do list.
Yeah, I don't need to be told what to do by my son.
I know.
I'm already told what to do by my son.
Oh my
I
God,
don't need more of that.
that happens all the time.
And this is probably my biggest problem. So Janice Boosted says that the bad habit her kids pick up from her is my attitude, sadly. And this is the same fucking thing I worry about.
Right.
Where like I'm hassled by everything, and I don't want to fucking deal with shit because I'm gonna be a little bit lazy, especially on the weekends, or I'm like a little bit too pessimistic about stuff. And I see my kid who's 8 and has nothing to be stressed about and nothing to be pessimistic about.
Right.
You know, emulate that kind of stuff, and it pisses my wife off because she's a very enthusiastic person and wants to
Right.
go like do things, and I'm not
Right.
someone who likes to do things.
Right.
Sue me, right? I like to not do things.
You
It's
actually
valid.
have 5 lawsuits pending.
because of not doing
Yes,
things.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so I see that happen to my son, and then I feel bad. I don't want to give him like a bleak outlook on. Like I've written about this on my blog, and I think there's some other people that have chimed in. Maybe not Janice Boosted, but she has now. I
Yeah.
just want to say I see you, Janice. I know what that's like. It's tough going.
Giving me bad attitude. Yeah. I think the.
Like I earned my cynicism and my
Yeah.
bad attitude
Right.
and my frustration with life. You know, I've earned
Yeah.
it. I got laid off last week. Guess what? I got a fucking bad attitude a little while.
Right.
Cut me some slack. My
Right.
son, what happened to him last week? You know, he didn't get a refill on his Coke at Captain Marvel. Get the fuck out of here with that kid. Cheer
Coke?
up.
Nice. How big was
Get him
the Coke?
Coke once in a while. Maybe at the movies.
Yeah.
Not a lot. You judging me?
Yeah.
For soft drinks?
Yes,
Son of a
indeed.
bitch.
Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't even
Please
really like Coke.
turn it off. No,
Dr. Pepper.
I think
if Dr. Pepper was alcoholic, I would be dead. If it was at alcohol in it, I would be dead right now.
Really?
Talking to you, I would drink. It's
I
the
think
best
there's-
beverage on earth.
Yeah, I think it is pretty good.
It's
I
so
think there's
good.
a lot of, but there's like all these
Nate,
hard
you
alcohols
know what? I don't
now.
need that shit.
But I-
salt water.
Yeah, I
Oh
don't know.
my god.
I think they're kind of Listen, I'm with you. I'm with the whole like the emulating attitudes, the parenting, the kid parenting other kids,
Yeah,
the
there's
kid
a lot of-
parenting you. There is so much. Also, just in general, like those little like things that you do, the mannerisms,
Oh
and
my
all of a sudden
God.
you're like, you just did that, and I hate that when I do
Yes.
that, and
No,
you're
no, no, no.
doing it, and oh my
No,
god,
even
the cycle
worse.
continues.
Even worse is you seeing your kid do something that you like maybe don't know you do
Yeah.
or don't realize sucks.
yeah,
Like know you do but don't know is annoying.
Right.
And then you see them do it and you're like, oh shit, I'm annoying.
oh my
like
god.
look at this little reflection of me making me realize my own shortcomings.
Totally.
Like, I am a piece of shit.
You want to know one real example? The last week I come down, I open my daughter's room.
Yeah.
There she is doing a podcast.
Oh. And
I
how's
was
it
like-
doing though? Is it good?
I go, just go
God
to your.
damn
I
it.
go, that's disgusting.
God, and then you
Take those
realize, what
headphones
am I
off.
doing? I am an annoying
And then
fucking...
I immediately ran to the bathroom and started crying
Well, you know what?
because that's my safe space.
The
Safe
bathroom?
space.
Safe space.
I'm gonna
You
say
just
it.
put your
I'm gonna
vomit
say the
bowls in
whole
there.
word.
You can hug your little vomit bowl.
Nope, that's in the kitchen.
Oh my god.
Yeah, in the kitchen cabinets with all the other bowls.
It's just got
Food in that thing?
really weird.
Um,
Accidentally, this is what I'm saying. You don't keep that in the kitchen, or you might accidentally get some food in there. Accidentally, next thing you know, you're eating your fucking
It gets
Doritos,
fully
your
washed.
Terrell's chips. Ah,
Food in that bowl?
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Okay.
I really find it
All
disturbing.
right, well, I don't really care.
We should definitely get, once we get our shop up, we should get some branded vomit bowls for people. I'm not even joking.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
You know, for our high-level Patreon subscribers, you get a free vomit bowl with an inscription from Pete. Sometimes I eat out of this. Is the conscription?
And now you can too. It's actually gonna be pretty expensive because I think they do it a per letter basis. This engraving that we're gonna do. I'm assuming we're engraving. You don't swear in the car. I just need to
everyone,
know
of
this.
course, I
Okay.
swear in the car.
So you're
nonstop.
just a general swearer. I swear
Yes.
in. I
I
think
try
s-
not to in front of my kids.
I swear in reactively. So if I
Yeah.
stub my toe,
Yeah, but everyone does that.
sometimes what I'll do is after my wife and I have had a really pleasant conversation, under my breath.
Fuck yeah.
No, under my breath, I'll say, okay, and I'll just,
What does that mean?
No, I'm being sarcastic. She's just told
We
me to
talked
do
about
something,
this.
and then all of a sudden I'll be like, oh motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
then one of my kids will be like, Dad,
Oh, they'll hear you.
You just said the F word. And they go, no, I didn't. And then literally it's me and them. Yeah, you did.
You
No,
yell-
I didn't. Yeah, you did. I did
You
not.
can't argue with
I
these
said-
people, man.
I said
You
no.
never win.
I said frick.
Wow.
And they're like, no, you didn't.
Frick.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
What about
making stuff
fudge?
up. They caught me.
You blowing it.
Fudge. No, please, no one's buying fudge at my house.
Yeah. They're too weathered. They're too world weary
Yeah.
to buy that junk.
So that's it. That's a really dark window into. But also, it's
The way my house is full of swearing, yelling, and nagging. I think, and a lot of sandal wearing. A lot of it.
I think that's the thing I'm most offended by.
I love my sandals. Rainbow sandals. They're so good.
Kissing,
Rainbow, hit me up.
doing that expression with sandals.
Salt Bay. What's the Salt Bay?
Nope, that's not the Salt
You
Bay
said
either.
sandals.
Sandals. I can't speak properly. That's why I decided to.
Host a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should get your daughter on here. She might be a little more
She's gonna
effective.
be really, really good.
Is she? She's very talented. I'm
She-
proud of you. You've done a great job with her.
I think the other thing, just one other thing I wanted to bring up is there is a wonderful grace period when you can swear in front, like when they're little babies.
When they're
you can
babies.
say shit, motherfucker. What the fuck
Well,
is
my
this?
wife thinks that's still happening.
And
the
then
amount
all of a
swearing
sudden,
she
there's a
does.
point at which they're 2 or 3, and they start saying, "Oh, da 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 ba ba," and the first time they're like, "Shit,
Yeah, like
motherfucker."
my kid said, "Damn."
And you're
Yeah.
like, what?
There's no way they're saying motherfucker.
Trust me.
Oh well, hold on. Somebody actually said that to me. That their kid says motherfucker. Their 3-year-old.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this motherfucker. Which I think is that's just funny. I don't even have a problem with that. It's like Anchorman. Like I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed.
That's a funny. Yeah. So what else do we got? I think we covered it, right?
I think we did.
Any other comment? Do we have any other user?
No, because Instagram and Facebook went down, so I was unable to retrieve any other comments from the users.
Oh,
Inaccessible today for a large stretch of the day.
interesting.
Yeah.
So,
But you know what? Patreon and
you know
Anchor, I
what's
bet
not
you those
down?
didn't fucking go
Ooh,
down.
No, they're up. Yeah.
Way up.
Way up.
Way up.
Yeah, so please help us. Let us know what you think. Let us know. I think we said it before, but if you comment on the actual individual episode on YouTube, that's
Yeah, we
probably
can
the best
respond to
way.
that, yeah.
That's kind of fun.
You can let us know your social security number,
Yeah,
credit cards,
whatever you need.
We'll need the verification code.
We
and,
do need
and
that.
the expiration date.
Any kind of maiden name as well. Just some,
Yeah,
just,
it's
it's
just
standard.
to cross all the T's.
Yeah.
Dot all the I's.
It's pretty standard.
It is pretty standard. for most
And if
podcasts.
you feel weird about it, don't, because it's Mike.
No, if you feel weird about it, fight through it.
Breathe through it.
and get it over to
And
us
get-
on Anchor and Patreon. And then comments everywhere, subscribe everywhere, listen everywhere. We need some more input from you guys. What's
Yeah.
another topic? Got a lot of response on this one because people, the kids have bad habits that they've learned from them.
Yeah.
Just the way it goes. Can't help it. You can't not be yourself just because you become a parent.
Yeah. How about this parenting? Go figure. You
All right, that's what we'll
fucking
do
asshole.
next week. Parenting, go figure. We're going to leave the last.
I felt that was
You got to make it a habit. You got to make not swearing as much of a habit as swearing
You
is.
know what? I feel like I do. I swear too much.
I definitely swear too much. Have you? I mean, you guys told me to tone down the swearing.
Yeah. and
After
then-
the first couple episodes.
And we really ramped it up. But that was. I
Well,
think,
the theme of the episode was
was
swearing,
really
so we
pretty
had to
swearing.
fucking throw a few down.
yeah. I
Right.
feel good though.
Do you? It gets it out of you. It does feel good.
It does
Endorphins. Look that up, Nate. Are endorphins
I can look
released
it
when
up.
you
I got-
swear?
that's why I have
Oh
my
god
bloody
damn it, the
computer here.
computer. How many kids do you have?
16.
I was
Next.
joking about looking it up. Fucking
Did
brainiac.
swearing?
Yeah, does
Release-
swearing release endorphins?
look
You
it
think
up.
that's
A
true?
dopamine hit. I bet.
All right, well, we were all about the hits.
Someone's a dopamine hit. Already.
Speaking of hits, let's make this podcast a hit on
All right.
iTunes and the other places you can listen.
All right, let's not let these people go. The last two people.
Let my people go. You like that? I had to
No.
get a little singing in.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. We love you.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Bye bye.